Carly is joining me. She's here from Lubbock, but she's writing a book. It just got released. This is actually your second book, so tell us a little bit about it.
Okay, well, this is my second book, as you mentioned, but this one is very different than the first one I wrote. This one is a historical fiction. It actually started as we went on summer vacation to Colorado in 2015. And we were doing some ATV riding. That's one of our favorite vacations. And we were off riding in this little town of Pitkin, actually. And I remember very well, we stopped in like the little town, and it's so cute. They have like all these little buildings, and it's very historical. And we got off our ATVs, and one of the locals was there, and he was like, where you're actually standing right now was a railroad track. I was like, no way, that is so cool. And so like the more trails we rode on, we realized they were railroad tracks, and I did a lot more research, and we were gonna go to the town of St. Elmo. And I was like, that sounds really interesting. And so I did a whole bunch of research, and as soon as I did research, I was like, there is such a story here. And so I actually wrote the last sentence of my book first. We were on the trail, I was on the four-wheeler, I was like, this is my story, this is how it ends, I don't know how it begins, but I got all of the research, and it's about how this booming mining town in the 1880s became a complete ghost town. So it's how it went from all of these people there and thriving and all of the mining for gold and the big boom to where it just became nothing by 1922. So it's how I picture it. So there's definitely some fictional aspects to it, but there's also a lot of historical aspects such as real people, real towns, and all that kind of stuff too.
In this book, you're donating some of the proceeds back to them, correct?
I am. They have a organization that donates it back. They call it Historic St. Elmo, and they are the people who help preserve the town. There's still a bunch of buildings there that are still standing that are originally from the 1800s, and so they're still standing, and this company goes in and takes, it's completely funded by donations. They go in and restore the buildings to still keep them standing.
How do people get your book, and who kind of is this good for?
Sure. Well, they can get my book. I have a copy of it right here. I have an Etsy store. It's called Carly's Books. And if you type it in on Etsy, you can purchase it. I really think that it's good for everybody. There's something in it for everybody. Older people can enjoy it. If you're from Colorado, you'll enjoy it. If you're just a Texas native who just enjoys stories like Little House on the Prairie or something, there's something in it for everybody. So I think it's good for everyone.
Well, thank you so much for being here. Really appreciate it.
Of course, thank you.
Of course, we'll have more coming up.